Well, if we're looking a little exhausted, tired and worse for wear, it's because we spent 2 crazy days covering this 2018 Auto Expo to bring you everything that's coming your way. In fact, my app said I walked 10 kilometers around here yesterday.
Impressive, but that's no surprise because we had 16 halls, or should I say arenas, to cover with hundreds and hundreds of cars and bikes.
And that's even with this being half its size, literally, because there's less manufacturers this year. But I still think we had enough to cover and there were still miles to walk.
And with all the manufacturers that were present, I have to say there was one overarching theme: EVs, right?
Completely. I think after the government has made their announcement, all the manufacturers wanted to prove their might. They wanted to say they were ready for EVs and electrification by 2030 in India. So yeah, I think that was the theme. I had a couple of favorites, but I'm not going to say anything. Watch on and let's see which ones were yours. Let's go to the stall that had a lot of exciting cars and the one that had the most market-ready launches, BMW. Well, the 6 GT is officially here. You can walk into a BMW showroom and book yourself one today. Now, we had test driven this car and the test drive is on our channel, so you can watch the whole review there. But what I'd like to tell you is India will get a different engine than the version I drove there. You get a 2-litre 4-cylinder version. Don't be fazed by that fact and that number, because twin turbo power puts a healthy 258 HP and 400 Nm of torque. So you're going to get performance with this car. And I'm sitting in the back seat to let you know that you will get comfort as well. There's loads of room for tall people. You don't have to worry about headroom despite the sloping roofline. There's ample space, lots of luxury, comfortable plush seats. And of course, you get the air suspension with auto leveling to make sure your ride is comfy too. Now here's a car that's got great styling, comfort, and it's going to rival the likes of the E-Class, the long wheelbase version, with the amount of space it opens up in this back seat. What makes this offer all the more tempting is the price point it's been launched at. This one is 58.9 lakhs ex-showroom. Apart from the interior, the 6 GT also has a 610-litre boot that can be opened up to about 800 litres. Magnificent in matte maroon is the M5. Loads of M's there, but yes, you can go out and book yourself one today because bookings have opened for this car. And it's available at a price of 1.43 crores and 90,000 rupees. Well, huge sum of money, but it can offer you huge loads of fun and luxury as well. This comes with the new 4.4-litre engine, 8-cylinder, that gives you a whopping 600 horsepower. And to lay all that power down really well, BMW are offering the M5 now with the X-Drive or all-wheel drive. But purists don't need to get rattled by that. There is an option to switch this off and keep it as a rear-wheel drive car to have all that fun. Another fun fact, 0 to 100 in just 3.4 seconds. The M5 now uses an 8-speed gearbox rather than the 7-speed dual clutch it had earlier. Another change is the carbon fiber roof that has helped it reduce weight. The M5 is known amongst its enthusiasts for its performance, but it also offers high levels of luxury and comfort. Well, on the inside, it is definitely focused entirely towards the driver. Of course, you get every level of luxury with all your leather seats and plushness to the core. But you also get all the gizmos like gesture control, the display key, your parking assistant, and a lot more. And then, of course, you get all the sportiness with your M Sport steering, the instrument cluster. So yes, this is for the passionate. Apart from the M5, the BMW also launched the M4, the M3 and the M Sport X6. But what caught my eye was the super sexy looking i8 Roadster that's set to launch later this year. The roof adds another 60 kilos to its weight, but it folds back in just 15 seconds. The rear seat space has also given way to luggage compartment. It comes with a mid-mounted 1.5 3-cylinder turbo petrol chopping out 231 HP along with the electric motor. But an added 12 HP of electric power puts the total combined power output now to 374 HP. Also shown was the EV i3S, which is a sportier version of the i3 that can whisk you to 100 in just 6.9 seconds and has a 280-kilometer range. This car is not slated for launch just yet, but BMW are evaluating bringing it to India. The X3 was also shown, and we have test-driven it, and you can watch the whole review on the Autocar channel. The launch is slated for later this year. Hyundai also launched the facelift version of the i20. So this is the 2018 version of the Elite i20, but it's just a facelift. There are few changes to the exterior. We see a glossy black finish now on the grille area. There's a new air curtain around the car. There's a DRL, which has come near the fog lamps. What's also a big difference is the dual tone coloring that we're seeing around the car. So you see it around the window sections, B pillar, and of course this glossy black finish that's on the C pillar. We see it on the claddings as well. Round the side, that dual tone coloring has come to the bumper as well. There are new tail lamps, and of course there are the diamond cut alloys that are on the car as well. On the inside, there are a few changes. The air vents get slightly tweaked, the seat fabric is new, and the infotainment system gets a non-reflective screen, which is a huge advantage. But the big thing to look out for is the auto version, which will be a CVT auto mated to a 1.2-litre petrol, which is expected in May. Looking more concept car than production model was the Hyundai Ioniq EV, powered by an electric motor that produces the equivalent of 120 HP and 295 Nm of torque. Its 0 to 100 time is pegged at 10.2 seconds. The Ioniq has garnered much acclaim globally and has even won the Women's World Car of the Year award. Whilst Hyundai had a facelift of their popular model, Honda had an all-new version of theirs.
Well, here we are at the Honda stall and the premiere of the brand new second generation Amaze compact sedan. Now look, it's a brand new face, looks really fresh, and it picks up right where the new Civic and the new CR-V come in as well. It's a bold new face. It's still a sub 4-meter sedan, and it looks really interesting and well proportioned. So let me quickly take you around what all is new with this car. Now what's really interesting around the back is this new tail. Yes, it is still a bit upright, but it's got these lovely C-shaped tail lamps just like the new Civic, and that brings it in line with the family look. It promises once again to have loads of space in the boot and loads of space on the inside. So why don't we just take a quick look into the back seat and the front seat of the brand new Honda Amaze. Now, in the front seat of the all-new Honda Amaze, what you're really treated to is a fantastic new and very fresh dashboard design that we haven't seen on any Honda before. It's very fresh and not derived from anything we've ever seen. The steering wheel too, nice square center boss, lovely finished controls for everything on the steering wheel, and new dials as well. But what I really like more than anything else are these front seats. They're really snug but really supportive as well. They seem that they will hold you really nice and tightly on a good drive and be very comfortable as well.
Toyota also unveiled a product that has been a long time coming.
So it's finally here, the real Honda City competitor from Toyota. A car we've been waiting for years and years. It's called the Yaris. It's almost as big as the Gen 1 Corolla we had in India, and it comes loaded with features. It's got an attractive profile, a nice sweeping line, an aggressive nose. It's a car you want to look at and be seen in, and that makes a huge difference. As soon as you get into this car, you can tell that Toyota have put a lot of effort into bringing the interiors up to where Indian customers expect it to be. And it works pretty well in the back seat as well. A fair amount of leg room, Good thigh support from this nicely cushioned seat, a nice backrest angle, nice and comfortable. This armrest here, also extremely comfortable. You have this unique feature which looks a bit aftermarket, but it's an air vent. It blows air straight into your face, cool air. You get a sun blind in the back. The only sort of issue, the only slight issue is this headroom. People who are 6 feet tall and above might brush their head against the top. But apart from that, it's a cabin that works well in the back too.
But the stall that had the most going on was clearly Tata Motors. From EVs to customizable cars to performance versions, they were all there. But the star car was undoubtedly the H5X concept. Well, this is the hero car of the Tata Motors Pavilion, and it is quite monumental because after Tata bought Jaguar Land Rover, this is the first product that is really an integration between the two companies. This is based off the Land Rover Discovery L550 platform, and of course it comes with Tata's new Impact 2.0 design language. Well, let's take a closer look at the cues from this design language. It talks about having large size wheels that are going to be segment leading. It has a slim lights integrated to give the car width, beefier bumpers right in front, and of course strong lines. But otherwise, the surfaces have been kept really clean, and that strong humanity line accents the car all around. Well, these are the design cues of Impact 2.0, and of course we're going to see them on the inside as well. Let's dive in and take a closer look. Both 5-seater and 7-seater versions will also share FCA's 2-litre 4-cylinder multi-jet 2-diesel engine, but in different states of tune, 140 HP for the 5-seater and 170 HP for the 7-seater. 2-wheel and 4-wheel drive variants are also expected to be on offer. Well, if this is what the future is, it certainly is wow. I am blown away by this design. And what's going to blow you away even further is the kind of pricing that Tata are going to put forward for what is going to be a rival to the likes of the Compass and the Creta. This car is expected to be priced around 13 lakh for the 5-seater version and around 17 for a 7-seater version. Now that is really wow. And of course, it's expected in 2019. The 45X, another exciting concept, was on display too. Sporty stance and a unique humanity line with slingshot chrome accents and a unique flat side view mirror that have cameras created a lot of shock and awe. The 45X is the concept for Tata's upcoming premium hatchback. Kia Motors officially announced their entry to India at the Expo, and in a show of strength, they had their entire lineup at the stall, from the small Picanto to their halo car, the Stinger. It was a massive display.
Now, performance sedans themselves, not so unusual. This one is special, not just because of the 3.3-litre V6 under the bonnet that chucks out 370 horsepower, but more for the fact that this is a rear-wheel drive chassis. Yes, the power goes to the back. Now, what that means is that it's a credible rival for something like a BMW 340i, I know we don't get that in India, and an Audi S5 Sportback. And Kia is here to tell us that it's not just about performance, but also about luxury as well. Now, when I said the focus of the Kia Stinger GT was both sport and luxury, I really did mean it, and I can tell you it's more of the same on the inside. You see, there is this lovely driver interface starting with this flat bottom steering wheel over here. Feels really nice to hold. The entire dashboard, which the design is very different from other Kias, is canted towards the driver just a little bit, and these aluminium rotary AC vents feel really sporty as well. But it's also about luxury, right? So the quality of this metallic finish is really rich too, as is the leather. It's nice and soft. And would you just look at these chunky bucket seats that really thickly bolstered to hold you in place when you're cornering the Kia Stinger GT really hard.
Making a statement on their future design language, Maruti too unveiled a concept. The first unveil of the day here at the Auto Expo is the Maruti Suzuki Concept Future S. This is the future of their design language. You can see a very soft, rounded rear, but elsewhere, this car is going to speak the design language of an SUV. You can see large wheels, strong shoulders, high bonnet line, vertical A-pillar, and they did this with the Brezza and had a considerable amount of success with it. They're following down, taking it a notch lower with the considerable amount of range there is around SUVs. They're looking to cash in on that pie. This will sit lower than the Brezza in their range. Now we can expect it to come with a 1.2 litre petrol engine, the K-Series one, and of course we can see a 1.5 litre diesel later on in the range. Now this will be the first time that Maruti Suzuki are developing a diesel in-house. They expect this to be in showrooms end this year, early next year. Renault were also one of the companies showing their readiness for electric future, and the Zoe was probably one of the most exciting EVs at the expo. Mahindra were also displaying their EV might, with concepts in all shapes and sizes. They also announced that the SsangYong Rexton would come to India rebadged as a Mahindra car. And they unveiled a concept of a convertible SUV based off the TUV 300, called the Stinger. At the other end of the spectrum was Mercedes, and they too unveiled a car that would be available later this year.